Welcome to Listertainment, the channel with the most deceptive name in all of YouTube. And check out my new merch and help support my channel. It's kind of a funny shirt if I say so myself. On today's video, we'll be looking at fights that got ended with one single punch or kick. I'm not talking about really powerful hits that happen in the middle of the fight after there's a ton of damage to a fighter, so a one-time knockout hit is more probable. This list is all about the first punch or kick that lands by a fighter that ended the fight right then and there. And this is the time when a fighter should be the most cautious. It's the beginning of the fight, but these guys still got wrecked. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below. And make sure to turn on those notifications. Let's get started. This is one of the fastest knockouts in history in only 2 seconds. And it was a fight between Ryohei Masuda and Takahiro Kuroishi. Why would you rush in like that at all? Take your time to study your opponent. Then Kuroishi doesn't even do anything. He doesn't throw a punch or kick and doesn't go for a takedown. I don't know what his intentions were, but he paid the price. The punch and KO was so fast that it almost looks like it's fake and from a movie. But Masuda pulled off this quick win.
0 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, and a heck of a looking ring attire, and we're underway. Here we go. Oh! Right out of the gate! The fastest knockout I've ever seen in my life!
So the guy that delivered that devastating punch was Phil Williams, and the idiot doing the rushing was Burke. That is a perfect counterpunch, with Williams just ducking away a tiny bit to make Burke miss his punch completely and delivering his perfect right hook that dropped him hard. Burke was actually able to beat the count, but once the ref saw how messed up he was, he stopped the fight right then and there.
Well, we followed Welshman Nicky Piper regularly on seconds out, and that is going to be the quickest win for him.
That is Nicky Piper, delivering a perfect overhand right that knocks out his opponent, Big John Ellis. I can't blame John Ellis, really, because he came out and threw a jab. But who would have thought that this guy was going to come swinging with all his power right from the beginning? He even lunged a little to deliver that punch, and who can blame him because he was able to completely surprise this guy, unlike the other guys we saw prior. I guess Bliss should have tried to bring that left hand back faster or use that shoulder roll a little bit more. Jimmo was able to beat Anthony Perosh in only 7 seconds at UFC 149. Okay, so for this one he actually did throw a jab first, but it was more of a distance and distraction jab that didn't even land, so I'm not gonna count it. The follow-up overhand right was a thing of beauty. It landed so solidly. Most times fighters have a chance to move their head with a punch a little bit and dissipate the power, but Perosh just took the full brunt of the punch. Absolutely brutal.
MMA superstar, Gina Carano.
At UFC 141, Johnny Hendricks absolutely crushed John Fitch in only 12 seconds. Fitch tried to come in and be the aggressor, but Hendricks just moved away and avoided all those early hits. This is so great because he's jumping up and down and kind of moving back, but then suddenly he lurches forward and lunges in to get that left hand that puts him flat on his back. Hendricks didn't even look like he wanted to deliver that second shot once he was on the ground because it was completely unnecessary.
Steve Ramirez taking on Darvin Watry, and that's all we need to see.
This is an incredible 3-second knockout by Steve Ramirez over Darvin Watry. Not sure what Watry was doing here because he was just moving in closer and closer to Ramirez but never tried to do anything. Ramirez was doing the same thing, but he had the punch in mind already, so he just delivered it. Was Watry maybe thinking that Ramirez was going to pull back or something? Again, there is a jab attempt, but again it doesn't land as it's just meant to distract, which it does very well.
By knockout, and now Grimsley with the first punch.
Now we have James Thunder absolutely folding up Crawford Grimsley before the cameras are even set. I mean, we completely missed the punch in that first series since the camera is switching to another angle. Another beautiful counterpunch with Thunder just ducking after he saw that Grimsley was throwing a left hook. Again, why do you go out there throwing a power shot? Try to get your bearings first. Poor guy was so hurt that he was still trying to fight when he was on the ground being checked out by the doctors.
Really interested in... Oh, big
down he
right
goes.
hand!
Dwayne Ludwig is the guy that just won this fight in only 6 seconds against Jonathan Galore. I'm not sure if Ludwig blocks that jab with his hand, but he does at least grab it and push it down and opens Galore right up for his perfect right hand to get in there and knock him out. It seemed like Galore was about to go for something big, but his defense was completely taken apart with a single hand drag. Amazing to have a thought process to see that hand and just grab it and pull it down and deliver your own shot.
C'est un début. Viens pour sauter. Oh! Non, c'est fini! C'est fini!
This was another 3-second knockout by Chris Clements over Lautaro Tucas. Again, we have another guy just bum rushing his opponent, and Chris is just like, okay, let me just move a little tiny bit over and deliver this devastatingly loud punch and knock you right out. He could have just clotheslined him and probably would have gotten the same results. Dude, Clements just waited for him like he was trying to catch a fly ball. Also, what the hell is up with the ref? I guess he was in shock to see how stupid this guy was, cause he sure did take his time to get in there. That was Adrian Taihia delivering a knockout win in only 12 seconds against Blair Seager. Did you see the mistake here? Well, of course, it was stupid cocky Seager dropping his hands and just smirking at Adrian, who did not like it apparently, and just came in with a fake to the body and right hand over the top. That absolutely leveled poor Seager. Why are you taunting your opponent this early? You haven't done anything yet to merit this idiotic behavior. At least make him miss a couple of times. Damn. The fighter getting his insides rearranged is Anouar Lahmaj, and the guy delivering the perfect kick is Monteiro. Another guy rushing into the action and the other guy just timing him perfectly. I wonder if this guy learned those kicks from Joe Rogan, because that looked like it burst his damn intestines.
Sam Heron versus Mike Garrett. Big, huge kick ends the fight instantly.
That was Sam Heron losing the fight in what could be counted as 1.5 seconds, although officially he lost in 3 seconds against Mike Garrett. To be honest, Heron doesn't even look like he belongs in the ring, and officially it appears that he hasn't fought again, which is a good thing. That looked like one of Van Damme's kicks. The other guy did realize what was coming, but instead of putting his hands up, he tried to jump back, but he just allowed the kick to land even better. This is another video where the cameras aren't even in position yet, when the great Prince Naseem Hamed delivers a right hand that levels his opponent, Saeed Lawal. Okay, before you bite my head off, technically Hamed had to deliver 3 shots, but the fight should have been stopped from the very first punch as stated by the commentators. Just the patience by Hamed to just time his punches perfectly and not waste any unnecessary energy getting this guy out of there is insane.
Died recently. It was Seth versus Kazuyuki Miyata, as well as you see flying knee after.
This has to bring you back memories of the Masvidal knockout over Askren, right? It's almost the same damn thing. This time though, it was Norifumi Yamamoto taking down Kazuyuki Miyata. The way Yamamoto drops his head and then rushes forward is so weird to see in a fight. Miyata has no idea what is about to happen since he didn't even move. He just tried to duck down, but that just made it easier for Yamamoto to land that knee. It was just a completely brilliantly shocking move that works every 13 years, I guess.
What a bonus for the crowd here in Wisbech to see, for my money, the most exciting prospect in British boxing at the moment. Nigel Benn in the golden trunks, and that is one punch.
Nigel Benn was known as a pretty hard hitter, so seeing him on this list knocking out Ian Chantler in 16 seconds is not surprising. Just look at him dodge and weave like an expert, while Ian just has his head up high like a fresh apple ready for the picking. He also keeps his hands way too far down, so he has absolutely no shot of protecting himself. This was early in Benn's career when he started with 22 straight knockout wins, so the competition wasn't that great, but still an impressive defensive and offensive showing. These types of fight make for a great highlight reel, but watching any fight that ends this fast is absolutely devastating. You're probably grabbing some chips and drinks ready to sit down since you know that the first round is just a round for them to study each other, but these mother effers have to ruin your whole night. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.